I have a WikiHow, if we could go to the Wizard's
excellent.
Home for just a
Please,
moment.
yes.
Lots of people have sent this in. And in fact, we did this WikiHow in the reverse WikiHow game that we sometimes play at
Isn't
live
that
shows.
interesting?
So now it's an
using
Uno
all
reverse.
parts of the proverbial animal here.
That's right. But in reverse WikiHow, we don't actually get into the subject matter. And I'd like to get into the subject matter.
Thank you.
And lots of people sent this in. The subject matter is, what does it mean when you see a dead bird? Discover what dead bird dreams and encounters are telling you. If you've stumbled across a dead bird or you've witnessed a bird's death in your dreams, we're here to help you figure out what the universe is trying to tell you.
Okay. So this isn't like a crime scene investigation. What does it mean when you found a dead bird? Who did it?
No.
I think it's cheating if you kill a bird and then you put it on the ground and you leave the room and come back in.
I didn't say that, Griffin. I didn't say I would kill a bird.
Well, I'm just saying if you figure out that like dead birds in this scenario, when I see them, is a forebearer of great fortunes, you can't then start killing birds to like create this to put a hand on the karmic wheel.
That's true. If you see a dead bird you killed, the only thing that means is that you mission accomplished.
Yeah.
You did it.
Or you may have done an accident. Birds
Not
There might be a lot of
Dude.
carbon monoxide around.
These darn muscles.
There's carbon monoxide. The parrot, it wasn't a parrot, was it? That would have been costly.
That would suck. I think we can all agree. There is types of birds where if I saw a dead one on the ground, I would be like, "Oh man!" Like a beautiful condor, a beautiful parakeet. Ah, dang!
A cockatoo, a cockatiel.
But just a sort of bog standard, bird. That sucks. But
Yeah.
anyway, dead bird.
I get a bunch of vultures up around my property because we got dead wildlife dying there, and they always circle around these terrible vultures. And then past some week, I saw one vulture lying dead on the ground. The other vultures circle it as if wondering, what the hell do we do about this?
What's next steps here, boys?
Someone
Never in all our days.
We never covered this in the manual, fellas. Do we need to talk to their partner first, or
Somebody call the jackal. We need a fixer.
The literal jackal,
literal
that we
jackal.
know that will eat him so we can leave.
Dead bird interpretations. You're on the precipice of a big change in life. One chapter is ending and another is beginning. At least that's the most common interpretation of a dead bird. Who's been discussing this, and how did they come to any kind of consensus?
can you imagine if you had never heard that bit of information? You're walking with a friend. There's a dead bird on the sidewalk, and your friend just turns to you and goes, big things coming. Like,
Yeah.
I would be so scared in that moment of my friend.
Big changes. In order to discern any meaning from it, I think we can't have any idea about why the bird is dead, right?
Yeah.
Like aside from killing the bird, we all agreed we're not going to kill the bird.
We're not going to kill
Yeah.
the bird.
But we're not going to kill the birds. But if you see a bird fly into a plate glass window and then die right there, which has happened to me many times, I can't derive meaning from that, right? Like,
No,
other
you
than,
got to
like,
let
clean
someone else
glass.
find that. If you see the birds being killed by flying into a stained glass window, I don't think it counts.
Not stained glass. Not a stained
Yeah.
glass, good no Griffin.
Now, Griffin, this is where it gets interesting, though, with
Yeah.
discerning the meaning. This is where it gets interesting to me. If I can, through a series of clues, derive how the bird was killed,
Now, if you can solve the murder.
conclusively,
So this is crime scene investigation.
If I can solve the murder of the bird, it no longer has symbolic meaning.
Right.
The symbolic meaning can only be present if its means of death is not
It's
discernible
got to be a
by
secret.
me.
Because otherwise, the other option is you're at church. Everyone knows that dead birds mean a good omen. And then a bird flies into the stained glass window. Everyone hops out of the pews, races to get outside to be the first one to see this dead bird. I'm
Wait,
trying
it has to be
my-
the first one to see it?
Yeah,
I
first
feel like
one
it
to see
gets used
the
up.
power. First one gets the power because the bird's soul makes the wish come true.
Okay. Only one at a time.
but only
Got it.
once. Only once. Anyway,
But if you have a detective waiting outside the church and he's like, there you have it. There's no power
I
at
saw
all.
the whole thing.
I do actually think there is a situation where you could be on the precipice of a big change in life if you saw a dead bird, and that is if the bird was 200 feet long. And then you were like famous because you're like, this guy found the giant albatross. He was technically a dinosaur, and they were real, and this guy found him. Let's shower him in praise and money. huge change for you. So dope that you found the 200-foot turbo bird. It could also mean you're receiving a warning about a future obstacle. Got to step over this bird.
Yeah, that's not a future warning. I mean, right now.
So
Hey,
it
that
could
bird.
mean a big change is coming, or you're going to have to deal with a huge obstacle. I'm just keeping track of my
I
obstacles.
deal
One of
with
those
that.
two.
Because now I'm fighting, because if I'm getting outside of the church where the bird is crashed in the plate glass window, I see the bird first. Could mean big change, but it could also mean obstacle. So do I want to let Drew
Well, if you
see
saw it
first?
die, if you saw it die, you wouldn't get the power. We covered this.
When I was a kid, I used to think about a floor that I would be stuck in the middle of that was completely covered with dead birds. So anywhere
Normal.
that I stepped, I would be. I would be.
Oh, okay. For some reason, Justin, I thought your body was halfway through the floor. You were like
No,
at
it's
waist
like,
level,
no, imagine
stuck
like
in the
is
floor.
covered into like different dead birds,
Okay.
like carcasses of dead birds. Anywhere you step, you'd step on a dead bird.
Hey,
Yeah.
Justin, so far you've talked about how there's a lot of dead creatures around your house and vultures circle it, and then there's dead vulture, and you've seen birds
yeah.
crash into plate glass windows a lot. And now you're talking about this.
yes.
Are you okay? Is
Are you
everything
okay?
all
Yes,
right?
Travis, thank you for wandering into the ad. Master of Terror Justin McElroy has been scaring you for decades. And now, with this new collection, exclusively through the mail, you could get all his scary, spine-tingling tales.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm this Halloween season, I'm bringing all my scariest spine-tingling tales to this thrilling new collection.
Mostly
Justin
dead bird
McElroy's
related.
spookiest stories.
Justin stole a canopic jar from the museum and he poured it into a Tervis tumbler and drank it all up. And
Yep.
now he's got a real bird
Yes.
problem on his hands.
I've turned my Ichor into a 12-volume series available for a low monthly fee.
Yes, it is available for digital download.
No, but it's handsomely bound and suitable for presentation.
I'm skipping around this article, but I do want to just quick go back to the additional matter on these first two pieces. The first one, you're on a big precipice of a change in life. It adds, alternatively, the bird could be an omen that change is coming for you, regardless of the choices that you make. Birds die all the time because of things they have no control over, and perhaps a
bummer.
big change is coming for you. That's really
that.
true about birds. So you're receiving a warning about a future obstacle. On the flip side, a dead raven or crow may specifically indicate a good fortune. Crows and ravens are often symbols of death or bad news. Sucks for the crows and ravens, I bet. That we walk along and we're like, yes.
Wouldn't
Awesome.
it be? First of all, I believe it's the raven. Is way bigger than you're picturing
Huge,
right
huge
now.
bird.
If I'm walking down the street and there's just a dead raven lying on the ground, I'm running away so quickly.
They're so big that when you are come upon one, a lot of times it feels like perspective must be
It must be
off.
wrong.
Like, oh, this
Yeah.
can't be right. That's huge. Look at that. He must be closer than I thought he was because he's gigantic.
Also, wouldn't it be wild if this article revealed to us that actually birds only die by choice? That
Yeah.
birds never die
I'm-
from circumstances
I'm
beyond their.
ready.
Well, that's it. I've flown enough.
I'm
And then-
going to the birdie side layer. Goodbye.
they just make the decision.
Whee!
If you're
It's
experiencing...
because it's heaven, Trav. They just have to go up.
They just
There's a reason you don't see a lot of dead birds. We should be seeing way more. It's because when they're done and they've fulfilled their mission,
they just fly
right
up
on
there.
up.
Up,
Up.
top floor.
And if their spirit is clean and enough and they don't have any sins, they can make it. It becomes space birds.
And what would a bird do that's so bad?
So it could also mean that you're experiencing the end of a relationship. If you see a dead bird in the middle of a tumultuous time with a partner, friend, or family member, it's a sign the relationship has passed
Or a
the
pet
point
bird.
Yeah, especially if the relationship was with the bird. That's done. Oh man, I guess me and that bird broke up.
I don't think it's going to work out, bird.
Hey, Bird, I don't know what tumultuous was, but I think we're tumultuous. I read in a book that I think we're tumultuous because you're dead.
But also, if you are struggling in your relationship and you have to run to the post office, life hack, just look up the whole way. Only a live bird's up there. No dead birds up in the
Nah.
sky.
True.
Are we to assume, Griffin, that in every one of these circumstances, if seeing a dead bird means this thing, seeing a live bird means the opposite? Like when I see a live bird, is it a sign that nothing's ever going to change in my life again?
I don't think so, because live birds, there's so many of them. Who cares? They
Live birds is interesting because they are not meaningful until you see enough of them that there's something in your human animal brain that you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
When I see 100 birds, I'm done. Like,
That
there's
sucks.
something wrong.
Yeah.
Something's bad. I don't like to see a lot of them all together.
You're being visited or blessed. In some spiritual traditions, a dead bird is a sign that someone or something is coming to say hello. If you've recently lost a loved one, maybe they're using the bird as a way to get your attention. I would have used in a live bird.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't stress enough, WikiHow article. That's what it could mean if there's one dead bird outside my house. If there's 100 dead birds outside my house, something's coming.
I don't know
Something's
that
coming.
many people. I don't know that many people in heaven, so I don't know why if this is part of some other culture or religious practice, I'm not going to criticize it. I'm just saying personally, I would have been an alive bird to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like if I passed, you guys would be bummed, and then you're like, oh, Griffin sent his spirit down in a vessel to say what's up, and it's a dead bird. You guys are going to be like,
Bad.
it's just another dead Griffin. This sucks. We already have one of those. This sucks.
Thanks for nothing.
Let him fly around our little heads and land on our fingers and like tell us how
Something.
chill it is in heaven. Not another dead Griffin. Yikes! Now we got
how
two.
Maury's doing something.
I do want to know how Maury's doing. And I believe, what's the dog's name?
Marley.
Marley. No,
Maury
Marley
die
was
at the end
dead
of
to begin with.
Just
No, Jake. No. Oh, yeah, right. That's good. So Griffin, what else could a dead bird mean?
a lot
Good
of
eating
these-
tonight.
a lot of these are really repeating. You're in for a bit of bad luck. Yeah, I saw a dead bird. That sucks. You're going to experience a loss soon. Yeah, my bird. We're doubling up on a lot of this. Now, this one's interesting. You're being warned to avoid taking a certain path. Now, this could be prophetic, or it could be there's a bobcat out there down
quite
that path
literal.
of the jungle who wants nothing to fucking do with you. He puts the dead bird there as if to say, don't even step, don't even try it. Look what I did to this thing. I will do that to you, kill you graveyard dead, even though I'm just a little fuzzy guy. I will fucking kill you dead if you come in my territory. I've let
This is
dead body here
interesting
scream.
because I look at this as like one dead bird, random. Two dead birds, warning. Three dead birds. Now we're starting to build a little breadcrumb path here.
Okay.
Someone wants me to follow these three dead birds.
Yeah.
Now the question is it, do they need my help and maybe they don't have anything except dead birds on them? Or is this a scary thing and I shouldn't follow it? I don't know. But now, whoops, I'm 9 dead birds deep and it's gotten dark and I can't see the beginning of the trail anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
that's when
that?
they get
Oh,
you.
no. I found a 12-book series of scary stories written by Justin McElroy. Is this how I get it?
You're in one, dude.
Oh, man.
I believe it was Robbie Frost who said, like, don't take the easy road, always take that hard, bumpy road.
Yeah, look for the one with dead
I
birds.
think that's exactly how the poem goes. And so maybe you see the dead bird on that path, and you're like, I guess this bird couldn't hack it. You say, wow, this road is a tough one. Robbie Frost was right. I bet there's treasure at the end of it. That's the meaning of that whole poem. And then you walk on that one and you get the treasure maybe.
But what if I
don't know.
find a bird at a crossroads? Which one of those paths am I not supposed to take?
You spin the bird, go the way it lands. It's not great. Like, I'm not loving talking about
not
dead
perfect
birds.
system.
We're not
as
advocating
much.
for it.
No, I don't. I do like birds, and there's a lot of them, and you do see quite a few dead ones when you're just like out strolling around. But
So many.
This practice, you do have to pick up
Hundreds.
the bird and spin it around a little bit.
No problem.
I would probably just turn around and go back home.
What do you think a bird feels when it sees a dead us?
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, man, think about that.
Let's go to the money zone.